Christian novel audiobooks, the story of Wayne and Jean Vozzolo, the Cross Penny series, Kisses of Mercy, episode number 122. After break time was over, the workers in Tony's shed went back to work. The fans generated spontaneous cheers and applause as each was turned on. Willie climbed on board the forklift. "I wonder where Beth is. Not that it matters anymore," he said to himself as he looked around. He started the forklift and followed Carrie's guidance to know exactly where to place the next piece of equipment in the first line. Back at Vozzolo Produce, Willie turned off the forklift and jumped down. He pulled out his handkerchief and wiped his eyes. "I must have some dust in my eyes, Carrie," he explained as he pulled his handkerchief back in his pocket. "How's it lining up?" he asked as he inspected the location with Carrie and the electricians. "Looks good, Willie," Carrie replied. "Then let's bolt her down," Willie said as he grabbed the concrete drill and started drilling holes. Carrie watched as he put too much pressure on the drill and the drill bit broke off. The end of the drill bit ricocheted and sounded like somebody pulled the trigger on a gun. Willie looked around to see if anybody got hurt. No one had, but they all had stopped working and were watching him. He handed the drill one of the electrician's helpers. "Here, I need some fresh air." He turned and walked outside. "Wonder what's eating him?" the helper asked as he grabbed a new bit. "I don't know, but this is the first time I've seen him upset since he got here," Carrie replied. Willie went across the street and sat down at one of the picnic tables. "That's what I need to do. Pack my stuff and drive out that road the same way I came in, go about 3 hours, return the rental car, and climb on an airplane. I need to find out if somebody else can drive the forklift. I don't think I can stay another day or night," he said to himself and put his head in his hands. "Lord, I don't know what to do. Help me, Lord, please." Willie walked over to Bobby's office. "Bobby, do any of the guys have forklift credentials?" he asked. Bobby checked her list. "Nary one. Why?" Willie sighed. "Just thought I would give somebody else the opportunity to drive if they wanted to. Thanks." "Anytime," Bobby replied. He started back to Tony's shed and saw Beth coming from the Vozzolos' back door. She waved, he waved back, a small courtesy wave, and walked quickly back to Tony's shed. Beth stopped in the middle of the road. "What in the world?" she asked herself, shaking her head. She came back inside and took her watch off and put it in her toolbox, but left it unlocked. Willie had already climbed on the forklift and started it. "Maybe I can get these all in place by tomorrow and leave tomorrow night," he muttered to himself. Beth started fiddling with the equipment that was all installed and learning exactly how to use it per the directions in the thick manuals. In between pieces of equipment, Willie turned the forklift off, but uncharacteristically stayed seated on it, watching Beth as she made minute adjustments. Out at the fence line, various groups of men and Sophie worked in teams to quickly put up the many strands of barbed wire. Some of the homecomers knew each other, many did not. All knew Chester and Eduardo. Many knew Bobby. All had spent time living in the bunkhouse, and all had worked alongside Wayne and Jean Vozzolo. Chester and Eduardo hitched up one of the outhouses to Chester's truck. They took a good supply of snacks and water from the kitchen and started to make the rounds from one fence team to another. As they got closer to the first team, they heard hymns and gospel songs. They stopped long enough for everyone to get a snack and water and take advantage of the outhouse. As they drove off, the singing grew harder and harder to hear. Just about the time it faded away, they could hear the next team also singing. "Sounds just like Wayne leading us last Friday," Chester said. "Yes," Eduardo replied. "Can you imagine how great this choir is going to sound come Friday night and Sunday afternoon at the services in the mess hall?" "Like the windows of heaven opening up," Chester answered. Anytime the work pace slowed down a little, one of the homecomers for the team started singing a faster-paced song, and the work pace picked up again. Tomorrow and the rest of the week, the homecomers would work without the amigos until the school bus dropped them off every afternoon. Back at the nursing home. "Woody, this is my baby sister, Trish Todd, and this is Mark, and this is Gwen, the folks who rescued her from a spooky, dingy bus station a few days ago. And this is Woody, my Navy buddy, who comes to see me about once a month," Travis introduced everybody. After proper handshakes and greeting, Travis turned to Woody. "You never come on Tuesdays, but on Wednesdays. What's going on with you?" Well, I have some official business down south tomorrow, and so I decided to come see you today, Woody answered. Good deal. Thanks for not coming, Travis said. Are you kidding? How could I not come and visit my friend and hero? Woody turned to Trish. I bet this scallywag didn't tell you, his baby sister, that he's a real hero, did he? No. Trish hesitated and looked at her brother. We were both in Vietnam at the procurement and logistics office late one night when some VCs managed to sneak past the guards and charge inside the office shooting. Your brother here heard them just outside the front door, knocked me down, and took the bullets. He saved my life and returned fire with his left hand, not realizing his right arm and right leg were basically missing. I bet he didn't tell you that he was awarded the Purple Heart either, Woody shared. He received it after you lost your parents. But he also didn't tell you that he was awarded the Republic of Vietnam Campaign Medal either. Travis turned a little pink and turned toward Mark. So, Mark, you were asking me a question when Woody showed up? Oh, yes, about the visits from Pappy and Sassy Belle. Let me tell you this, Mark. From the time I landed here after the war, they and the Davidsons came to visit me 2 or 3 times every week. They would stay for hours on end and exchange World War I war stories and listen to me for hours. The military doctors were surprised that I never had some of the serious emotional problems like others coming back from Vietnam, and especially with the injuries. It didn't hurt that both Pappy and Sassy Belle were licensed counselors either. Sassy Belle and Mrs. Davison were both U.S. Army nurses who served together. Both fell in love with their patients, who also served together and shared some sort of flu that landed them in the hospital together. I went from working late one night finishing reports to waking up in a hospital missing some parts I thought were important, so being put on a plane headed for Germany. Then, when I was somewhere stable, put on another plane and landed in San Diego a few hours later. Basically, I went from a horrible war zone to home without counseling. Pappy and Sassy Belle started visiting in what I call qualified counseling mode, with the bonus of grandparents' love. The nursing home where they lived didn't want to take me in because of my injuries and age. Man, I miss all 4 of them, and I miss you too, Trish. I wish we could all be together. Trish burst out laughing. Woody and Travis looked at her. Gwen, tell them both. I'm too excited to, Trish said. Gwen told them about Sunny Hills Nursing Home and how Pappy and Sassy Belle and the Davidsons would be moving soon, even as early as Thursday. Do you have another one of those applications? Travis asked. Yes, Gwen answered. Are you guys hungry? I've got some awesome meatball sandwiches out in the truck, Mark offered. Man, that sounds good, Travis answered. Woody, take me inside while Mark gets the sandwiches and the application. We'll bring back drinks from the soda machine. Do you have napkins? Yes, and chips, Mark answered. I'll go inside too, Gwen said. And I'll go with her. I need to go to the bathroom too, Trish answered, laughing. Okay, we'll all meet back here at the picnic table in a few minutes, Woody said. While Woody brought sodas, Travis went over to the director's office. I will need a copy of my records just after lunch to give to my sister. They will be ready for you, the director replied as he started rumbling through a file cabinet. Thank you. Oh, I just need the records on my injuries and routine days, Travis answered as Trish walked through the open doors and started pushing his wheelchair out. Not the whole file.